Well, I think Fame and Muscle Shoals Music is here because we're fiercely independent. We've been doing business with Bank Independent since the 70s, and to know that they've got our back, it means a lot. We've always been there, and it's always just been a phone call away.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather, live at 5.
We're partly sunny across the Tennessee Valley on this Thursday afternoon. Here's a live look at the Arctic Air Skycam networks. We head into 5 o'clock and a mix of sun and clouds out here. We still have some leftover cloud debris in the atmosphere from the rain and thunderstorms that moved through during the first half of the day. And those thunderstorms actually saved us from having the intense heat across the area. We've still been warm this afternoon, but instead of the mid to upper 90s with heat index values of 105 to 110, we've only been able to warm into the mid to upper 80s to lower 90s in a few spots because we got such a late start in warming up because of the morning clouds and showers and thunderstorms around. Here, temperatures currently as of 5 o'clock this afternoon, along with Viper Live Doppler radar. There are a few specks of radar echoes here where we have a few pop-up thunder showers attempting this afternoon. But the mid-level instability that helps grow the thunderstorms, that got worked over this morning, so we've been quiet for a large part of the afternoon. Some of us have warmed into the lower 90s, but many of us today have only been between 85 and 90, but still, heat index values have been knocking on the door of the triple digits. We're probably going to be a degree or two warmer tomorrow, and we're going to have heat index values in the lower 100s again. But we're going to start backing away from that over the next few days as we get back into the mid to upper 80s. We have clouds and rain around at times, and the upper level heat ridge weakens across the area. We do have some showers and thunderstorms scattered around to our east in the parts of North Georgia over in the eastern Tennessee. We will watch to see how those evolve as they are still headed off to the west and the southwest. We had a surprise last night. Now, we had thunderstorms in the forecast for after midnight through the early morning, but they ended up being more widespread because there was outflow from Gulf Coast activity in the evening that pushed northward over Alabama and just kept redeveloping the thunderstorms as the outflow moved north. So we'll watch the thunderstorms off into North Georgia for the possibility to see if we may get some overnight activity, but I think it's going to be a good bit more quiet tonight than what we had during the early morning hours of this morning. Here's a Futurecast breakdown showing an attempt at a few spotty thunder showers early this evening. I think they'll fade away with the loss of daytime heating, but even though Futurecast is quiet, I don't want to completely rule out the chance of a thunderstorm, so don't take it at absolute face value, because keep in mind, all the Futurecast is, it's just a computer model simulation of what it thinks the radar is going to be like at a certain area at a certain time period. And the models didn't handle earlier this morning all that well at all. We had just enough hints in the data to keep a thunderstorm chance in, so that we did have rain chances in the forecast for this morning. I do think we'll get down to the low to mid 70s by daybreak with a mix of sun and clouds, probably some patchy areas of fog toward daybreak as well, especially where we do get some clearing, and then partly sunny skies for our Friday, warming into the upper 80s, lower 90s, heat index values upper 90s to lower 100s. You don't see a lot of activity in the afternoon, but there could be a few widely scattered thunder showers. So we're going to hold on to a 30% chance of rain for tomorrow afternoon, even though you don't see a lot here on the map at face value. Again, these are only computer model simulations. They're not an exact one-to-one ratio of what reality will actually be like. They're just guidance. They're the tool that we use. They're not the finished product. The forecast itself. As we head into the evening, partly cloudy skies, falling back out of the mid to upper 80s and 90s, back into the 70s overnight. Rain chances increasing for Saturday, but still scattered in nature. And then I think it's more widespread around here Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday as the upper level ridge really breaks down in intensity, and that allows more widespread lift across the area to interact with all this moisture we have in the atmosphere. We may see things a bit more widely scattered on Wednesday, but there will still be rain and storm chances around. So we're headed back into a pattern where the rain chances are going to be elevated here going forward the next several days. Now, toward the second half of next week, it may be more widely scattered again, but at least for the weekend into the first part of next week, rain and thunderstorms starting to trend more widespread, and that means extra cloud cover around, so that's going to relax the heat a little bit as the upper air ridge breaks down. So back to more seasonable temperatures instead of mid to upper 90s and heat index values of 105 to 112. We're going to be talking about getting back to the upper 80s here over the weekend, maybe knocking on the door of 90 or 91 in North Alabama, with heat index values scaling back to below the triple digits, especially for everybody as we get on into the first half of next week. I think heat index values then may only be in the lower half of the 90s. If you're headed toward the Lawrenceburg fireworks at Bobby Brewer Park Saturday evening, a chance of a few showers and thunderstorms around. They may be more isolated by the fireworks at 9 o'clock, but the lead up to that, where they're going to have all the festivities between 7:30 and 9, it may be more like a 40-50% chance of rain. So you're no need to cancel the firework display by any means, but you're going to have to pay attention to the radar, and you're going to have a way of heading indoors if you are going to be out for anything going on Saturday evening, because the rain chances are going up as we head toward the weekend. Partly cloudy skies overnight, slight chance of a thunder shower. We'll call it around 20%, even though you don't see it explicitly on the icons. Lower 70s for overnight lows, a couple degrees lower than what we've had the past several overnights, which provides a little more relief for your body during the overnight hours. Lower 90s here for daytime highs on our Friday. Maybe a few folks staying in the upper 80s. About a 30% chance of isolated thunderstorms in the afternoon and early evening. Otherwise, partly sunny. Rain chances go up. Saturday, and then especially Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I think those may be the most widespread days for showers and thunderstorms across the area. And then back to daily pop-up type stuff toward next Wednesday and next Thursday. There's Look Your latest 7-day forecast. I'll be back at 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock with another check of your local weather.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.